Hi, people don't want to know the truth. They'll run away from it. Sends them mad, sends them crazy, sends them violent. And so this video here today, I'm breaking some stuff down about the duetic system, Saturn, religion. So America and the Western world is a duetic system. You also got Canada, which is duetic. Jewish was a very powerful priesthood in Europe, even before the Roman Empire existed. There was the attorneys, the lawyers, the religious leaders, politicians. It was called the duetic system. The most important symbols in the duetic system was a magical wand, like Merlin, the magician. Duetic symbol wand was made of the wood of the holly tree, made out of Hollywood. The entire establishment of Hollywood is a duetic system. We got 911 in motion pictures before 911 happened. Chris Carter, the producer of The Lone Gunman, it was 2001 in February. It was talking about flying the 757 as the World Trade Center, and in the movie you see the plane going into the Trade Center. This was 8 months before it happened. Chris Carter is obviously telling you something in that movie. You know, at the end of that movie, they was asking why people in the government was doing this, and the guy in the government says, we need to control the Middle East, we need to control the oil flow, we need a place in the Middle East so we can promote war, which is good for business. Then there was General Electric 4 years before, came out with this refrigerator in Italy, and on the face of the refrigerator, painted, was 2 jets flying into the World Trade Center. So Hollywood obviously knows what's going on. So obviously now we're going to talk a little bit about religion and why do Catholic priests wear black robes, kids that graduate from high school wear black robes, the judge wears black robes, the rabbi wears black robes. It's because black robes represent planet Saturn, the symbols for planet Saturn. Saturn was called by the ancient people Lord of the Rings. Saturn is the Lord of the Rings. That's why women told in the ancient world to listen to their gods, and the concept was they would wear an earring. Men was to get married before the gods to wear the wedding rings. The old ancient god of the Middle East was planet Saturn. Saturn was connected to Yahweh, the Hebrew god. Today, this is why the Jews celebrate the worship of Saturn. Saturn in the old language was called Sabbath. His worship to honour his way was called Sabbath. So they're praying to the Hamish, to Saturn, which is Lord of the Rings. So breaking it all down, so religion and theories, the 6-pointed star, it's not the Star of David, it's called the Star of Saturn. It's a hexagram. The hexagram represents the planet Saturn. So then we're going to jump into the Christian system, and which is a load of lies, a load of bullshit. It's a very big money-making corporation. There's a whole world of knowledge that the Christians have not been given about the scriptures, who wrote the Bible, or where it came from. And Judaism is not a BC religion. It did not exist in the BC. There was no ancient Israel. Jerusalem, yes. The whole concept of the Old Testament was developed between the 9th and the 12th century AD. So the Old Testament is not an ancient record of ancient people. There was no ancient Israel. 2 of the greatest scholars in Israel had written a book called Unearthing the Bible. There was no Moses, there was no King Solomon, and there was no King David. The entire thing was written in the 8th, 9th and 10th century AD in Europe, developed and ultimately taken by the Jesuits in the Catholic Church and rewoven into a story and given us today as ancient Israel. There was no ancient Israel. There was no Moses, no King Solomon, and if you break down the word Solomon, it's Sol, Mon, Sol, Latin for sun, Hindu word for creative force, and On, name of the sun.